Act 3 of Love's Labour's Lost by William Shakespeare. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Scene 1. The Same. Enter Amado and Moat.
Warble, child, make passionate my sense of hearing.
Gongoli now.
Sweet air, go tenderness of years, take this key, give enlargement to the swain, bring him festinately hither. I must employ him in a letter to my love.
Master, will you win your love with a French brawl?
How meanest thou? Brawling in French?
No, my complete master, but to jig off a tune at the tongue's end, canary to it with your feet, humour it with turning up your eyelids, sigh a note and sing a note, sometimes through the throat, as if you swallowed love with singing love, sometimes through the nose, as if you snuffed up love by smelling love, with your head penthouse-like over the shop of your eyes, with your arms crossed on your thin belly doublet like a rabbit on a spit, or your hands in your pocket like a man after the old painting, and keep not too long in one tune, but a snip and away. These are compliments, these are humours, these betray nice wenches that would be betrayed without these, and make them men of note, do you note me, that most are affected to these.
How hast thou purchased this experience?
By my penny of observation.
But oh,
The hobby horse is forgot.
callest thou my love hobby horse?
No, master, the hobby horse is but a colt, and your love perhaps a hackney. But have you forgot your love?
Almost I had.
Negligent student, learn her by heart.
By heart and in heart, boy.
And out of heart, master. All those three I will prove.
What wilt thou prove?
A man, if I live, and this by, in, and without, upon the instant. By heart you love her, because your heart cannot come by her. In heart you love her, because your heart is in love with her. And out of heart you love her, being out of heart that you cannot enjoy her.
I am all these three.
And 3 times as much more, and yet nothing at all.
Fetch hither the swain. He must carry me a letter.
A message well sympathized, a horse to be ambassador for an ass.
Ha, what sayest thou?
Marry, sir, you must send the ass upon the horse, for he is very slow-gaited. But I go.
The way is but short. Away.
As swift as lead, sir.
The meaning, pretty ingenious. Is not lead a metal heavy, dull, and slow?
Mean he may, honest master, or rather, master, no.
I say lead is slow.
You are too swift, sir, to say so. Is that lead slow, which is fired from a gun?
Sweet smoke of rhetoric. Here appears me a cannon, and the bullet that's he. I shoot thee at the swain.
Thump then, and I flee.
Exit.
A most acute juvenile, voluble and free of grace. By thy favour, sweet welkin, I must sigh in thy face. Most rude melancholy, valour gives thee place. My herald is returned.
Re-enter Moat with Costard.
A wonder, master! Here's a costard broken in a shin.
Some enigma, some riddle. Come, thy l'envoy, begin.
No Egmer, no riddle, no l'envoy, no salve in a mail, sir. Oh, sir, plantain, a plain plantain. No l'envoy, no salve, sir, but a plantain.
By virtue, thou enforcest laughter. Thy silly thought, my spleen, the heaving of my lungs, provokes me to ridiculous smiling. Oh, pardon me, my stars. Doth the inconsiderate take salve for l'envoy, and the word l'envoy for a salve?
Do the wise think them other? Is not l'envoy a salve?
No, page, it is an epilogue or discourse, to make plain some obscure precedents that hath tofore been seen. I will example it. The fox, the ape, and the humble bee were still at odds, being but three. There's the moral. Now the l'envoy.
I will add the l'envoy. Say the moral again.
The fox, the ape, the humble bee were still at odds, being but three.
Until the goose came out of door and stayed the odds by adding 4. Now will I begin your moral, and do you follow with my l'envoy. The fox, the ape, and the humble bee were still at odds, being but 3.
Until the goose came out of door, staying the odds by adding 4.
A good l'envoy ending in the goose. Would you desire more?
The boy hath sold him a bargain. A goose, that's flat. Sir, your pennyworth is good, and your goose be fat. To sell a bargain well is as cunning as fast and loose. Let me see. A fat l'envoy, aye, that's a fat goose.
Come hither, how did this argument begin?
By saying that a costard was broken in a shin, then called you for the l'envoy.
True, and I for a plantain. Thus came your argument in. Then the boy's fat l'envoy, the goose that you bought, only ended the market.
But tell me, how is there a costard broken in a shin?
I will tell you sensibly.
Thou hast no feeling of it, mote. I will speak that l'envoy. I costard running out that was safely within, fell over the threshold and broke my shin.
We will talk no more of this matter.
Till there be no matter in the shin.
Sirrah Costard, I will enfranchise thee.
Oh, marry me to one, Francis. I smell some l'envoy, some goose in this.
By my sweet soul, I mean setting thee at liberty, and freedoming thy person. Thou wert immured, restrained, captivated, bound.
True, true, and now you will be my purgation and let me loose.
I give thee thy liberty, set thee from durance, and, in lieu thereof, impose on thee nothing but this. Bear this significant.
Giving a letter.
To the country maid Jacanetta. There is remuneration, for the best ward of mine honour is rewarding my dependence. Mote, follow.
Exit.
Like the sequel, I. Signor Costard, adieu.
My sweet ounce of man's flesh, my incarnate Jew. Exit mote. Now I will look to his remuneration. Remuneration? Oh, that's the Latin word for 3 farthings. 3 farthings, remuneration. What's the price of this inkle? 1 penny? No, I'll give you a remuneration. Why, it carries it. Remuneration. Why, it's a fairer name than French crown. I will never buy and sell out of this word. Enter Baroon.
Oh, my good knave Costard, exceedingly well met.
Pray you, sir, how much carnation ribbon may a man buy for a remuneration?
What is a remuneration?
Marry, sir, halfpenny farthing.
Why, then, 3 farthing worth of silk.
I thank your worship. God be with you.
Stay, slave, I must employ thee. As thou wilt win my favour, good my knave, do one thing for me that I shall entreat.
When would you have it done, sir?
This afternoon.
Well, I will do it, sir. Fare you well.
Thou knowest not what it is.
I shall know, sir, when I have done it.
Why, villain, thou must know first.
I will come to your worship tomorrow morning.
It must be done this afternoon. Hark, slave, it is but this. The princess comes to hunt here in the park, and in her train there is a gentle lady. When tongues speak sweetly, then they name her name, and Rosaline they call her. Ask for her, and to her white hands see thou do commend this sealed up counsel. There's thy guerdon, go.
Giving him a shilling. Garden, oh, sweet garden, better than remuneration. 11 pence farthing better. More sweet garden. I will do it, sir, in print. Garden, remuneration. Exit.
And I, forsooth, in love. I that have been love's whip, a very beadle to a humorous sigh, a critic, nay, a night-watch constable, a domineering pedant o'er the boy, than whom no mortal so magnificent. This wimpled, whining, purblind, wayward boy, this senior, junior, giant dwarf Dan Cupid, regent of love rhymes, lord of folded arms, the anointed sovereign of sighs and groans, liege of all loiterers and malcontents, dread prince of plackets, king of codpieces, sole imperator, and great general of trotting parators. Oh, my little heart! And I to be a corporal of his field, and bear his colours like a tumbler's hoop! What! I love, I sue, I seek a wife! A woman that is like a German clock, still a repairing, ever out of frame, and never going aright, being a watch, but being watched that it may still go right. Nay, to be perjured, which is worst of all, and among three to love the worst of all, a whitely wanton with a velvet brow, with two pitch-balls stuck in her face for eyes. Ay, and by heaven, one that will do the deed though Argus were her eunuch and her guard, and I to sigh for her, to watch for her, to pray for her. Go to! It is a plague that Cupid will impose for my neglect of his almighty dreadful little mite. Well, I will love, write, sigh, pray, sue, and groan. Some men must love my lady, and some Joan.
Exit. End of Act 3.